In many parts of the world, a wedding night is not just about romance, emotions, or celebration. It is deeply rooted in traditions that go back hundreds, sometimes even thousands of years. While in modern Western culture, couples might celebrate with champagne, chocolate-covered strawberries, or a fancy dinner, other cultures follow rituals that might seem surprising, unusual, or even shocking to outsiders. Food, in particular, plays a powerful symbolic role in these traditions. It is believed to influence fertility, strengthen emotional bonds, and even determine the future of the marriage. Today, we are diving into some of the most shocking wedding night food traditions from around the world. Traditions that might make you question how different cultures celebrate love. Let's start with China, a country rich in symbolism and ancient customs. In traditional Chinese weddings, food is never just food, it carries meaning. One of the most common items associated with the wedding night is something sweet, like red dates, lotus seeds, longans, and peanuts. These are often served in a special soup or platter given to the newlyweds before they retire for the night. At first glance, this might seem normal, but the meaning behind it is fascinating. Each ingredient represents fertility and the hope for children. In fact, when you combine the names of these foods in Mandarin, they form a phrase that means, "May you have a child soon." For many couples, especially in traditional families, this isn't just a symbolic gesture, it's an expectation. The pressure to start a family begins right from the wedding night, making this seemingly sweet tradition much more intense than it appears. Now, let's move to Indonesia, specifically among the Tidong tribe, where wedding traditions take a very unusual turn. For 3 days and 3 nights after the wedding, the bride and groom are not allowed to use the bathroom. Yes, you heard that right. During this time, they are given very limited food and drink to help them endure the restriction. The belief behind this extreme practice is that it ensures a long, faithful, and prosperous marriage. If the couple breaks the rule, it is believed to bring bad luck, including infidelity or even early death in the marriage. This tradition might sound shocking or even uncomfortable to many people, especially from a Western perspective, but for the Tidong people, it is a test of commitment and discipline, a powerful way to start a life together. In parts of Africa, wedding night foods are often tied to strength, fertility, and masculinity. For example, in some regions of Nigeria, newlyweds are given spicy pepper soup made with special ingredients believed to boost stamina and energy. This dish is not just about taste, it is seen as preparation for the wedding night and the responsibilities that come with marriage. The spices are thought to heat up the body, symbolizing passion and vitality. Similarly, in Ethiopia, couples may share traditional dishes like dorowat, a spicy chicken stew, eaten together from the same plate. Feeding each other is an important gesture, representing unity, trust, and partnership. While these practices may seem less shocking than others, the intense symbolism behind the food makes them deeply meaningful. Moving to the Middle East, particularly in some Arab cultures, honey plays a central role in wedding traditions. The term honeymoon actually originates from ancient customs, where couples would consume honey or honey-based drinks for a month after marriage. Honey is believed to enhance sweetness in the relationship and promote fertility. On the wedding night, it is common for couples to share milk and honey together, symbolizing purity, prosperity, and a sweet life ahead. This tradition is still practiced in various forms today, and while it may seem simple, its historical roots and symbolism make it incredibly powerful. Now, let's talk about Japan, where subtlety and tradition go hand in hand. In Japanese weddings, especially traditional Shinto ceremonies, sake plays a significant role. The bride and groom participate in a ritual called sansankudo, where they take 3 sips each from 3 different cups of sake. This ritual is not limited to the ceremony itself, it often extends into the wedding night celebrations. The act of sharing sake represents the union of 2 families and the sealing of the marriage bond. While it might not seem shocking at first, the precision, ritual, and deep meaning behind every sip make it a fascinating tradition. In France, known for its romance and cuisine, wedding traditions have their own unique twist. Historically, friends and family would prepare a bizarre mixture of leftover food and drinks from the wedding feast and present it to the newlyweds in a chamber pot. Yes, it sounds strange and honestly, a bit unpleasant. The couple was expected to drink this mixture to gain strength for their wedding night. While modern versions of this tradition are much more refined, often using chocolate and champagne instead. The origins remain shocking and reveal how traditions evolve over time while still holding on to their symbolic roots. Traveling to Korea, we find another interesting practice. After the wedding ceremony, the groom may be subjected to playful tests by the bride's family and friends. While this doesn't always involve food directly, certain foods like dried fish or chestnuts are used symbolically. Chestnuts, in particular, are associated with fertility during a traditional ceremony. The bride throws chestnuts, and the number caught by the groom is said to predict how many children they will have. Food here becomes a playful yet meaningful way to talk about the future of the couple. In some parts of India, wedding night traditions are deeply symbolic and often revolve around milk. A common custom is for the bride to bring a glass of milk, sometimes flavored with saffron or almonds, to the groom. This drink is believed to boost energy and mark the beginning of their intimate relationship. However, what many people don't realize is that in traditional households, this moment can be surrounded by teasing, rituals, and even hidden expectations from family members. What appears to be a simple act carries layers of cultural meaning, making it both sweet and slightly awkward at the same time. Now, let's explore one of the more controversial aspects of wedding traditions involving food. In many cultures, certain foods are believed to enhance desire and performance, from oysters in Western countries to exotic herbs in Asia and Africa. These foods are often consumed on or before the wedding night. While science may not always support these claims, the psychological effect can be powerful. The belief itself becomes part of the experience, shaping how couples approach their first night together. Interestingly, even in modern Western societies, subtle forms of these traditions still exist. Champagne, chocolates, strawberries, these are all considered romantic foods. They may not carry the same intense cultural expectations as in other parts of the world, but they still play a role in setting the mood. This shows that, no matter how advanced or modern a society becomes, the connection between food and intimacy remains universal. What makes these traditions truly fascinating is not just how different they are, but what they reveal about human culture. At their core, all these practices, no matter how strange or shocking, are about the same things: love, connection, fertility, and the hope for a happy future. Food becomes a language through which these hopes and values are expressed. However, it's also important to look at these traditions with a balanced perspective. While some may find them beautiful and meaningful, others may see them as outdated or even uncomfortable. In today's world, many couples are choosing to adapt or completely abandon traditional practices in favor of personal preferences. This shift reflects changing values, where individual choice is becoming more important than cultural expectations. Still, these traditions continue to exist, especially in rural areas and among families that strongly value heritage. They serve as a reminder of where we come from and how deeply culture can influence even the most personal moments of our lives. Whether it's a sweet bowl of dates in China, a strict ritual in Indonesia, or a symbolic drink in the Middle East, each tradition tells a story of love shaped by history, belief, and identity. So the next time you think about weddings, remember that behind the dresses, the music, and the celebrations, there are hidden traditions that might surprise you. Some are sweet, some are strange, and some are downright shocking, but all of them offer a glimpse into the diverse ways humans celebrate one of life's most important milestones. And the real question is, would you follow any of these traditions on your wedding night?